You want to hear some bird noises?
What? This is bullying.
I mean, not a waist, her waist. Shoo, shoo.
I have a vicious swanker sore. Swanky Muniz from Ancient Cody Swanks.
Jesus.
I may have written these down and taken too much time thinking of them.
That's what you were doing?
And research.
Okay. Welcome to the PatCave, a podcast where we talk all about superheroes, pop culture, nostalgic TV and movies we grew up with.
You goddamn right.
And with me, as always, Alex Bootyman Boots.
What is up, my brother man?
Now, this guy is a brown belt in karate.
Yeah, but that's only because the belt was stained.
It was dirty.
Mm-hmm.
So today we watched The Next Karate Kid.
Yeah, because, there's a new one coming out.
Yep,
right?
called Karate Kid Legends,
Yeah.
May 30th.
And we figured you guys have heard of all the good ones.
This is the fourth installment.
Yeah.
And it has a chick.
And when we say installment, it's kind of like you have like Windows 11 and you're like, what's 98 like? Let's revisit.
Let's just say Hillary Swank, her breakout role.
Uh-huh.
In a not so breakout movie.
Mm-mm.
No.
It doesn't make sense. For us, for you, for people from Boston, it doesn't make sense.
Oh my God, Boston.
There's a lot to unpack here, and we'll get there.
So let's talk about our nostalgic connection to this.
Yeah.
Maybe franchise, maybe not this movie, but did you grow up watching Karate Kid?
This fucking movie would appear on ABC Family or Disney Channel, and I would do that whole like, oh my God, Mr. Miyagi.
Oh.
Yeah.
You hated it.
I don't really care for Hillary Swank.
So any of the Karate Kids?
No, I've seen the first one. The first one's cool. Again, my parents were a little strict about like, that's a fight movie.
Fighting, yeah.
Can't watch it.
But there's a good message.
Yeah.
Sweep
Wax
the leg.
on.
Sweep the leg.
Oh, yeah, sweep the leg.
I'm dressed up as Cobra Kai / Alpha Elite.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I grew up watching a lot of Kung Fu. Dad would bring home tons of Jackie Chan movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be sweating in the other room as a 4-year-old. Like, we would wait for the credits, and at the end, they would show all the times he messed up his stunts.
Oh.
And, like, sometimes they're carrying him off in a stretcher. We won't talk too much about Jackie Chan, because he's not in this one.
Well, he is in the franchise.
He is in the Will Smith remake.
Yeah.
I mean,
the one with the guy who has a dad that's banned from the Oscars. Jaden Smith.
Yes. I mean, I loved karate, loved Mutant Ninja Turtles, loved Power Rangers. But the first Karate Kid was a little before our time.
Yeah.
It was 84. It didn't hit for me.
Yeah, no, like I knew who Ralph Macchio was because of the Outsiders movie.
Oh,
that was like
right.
the first thing that I think he was like in as like a youth, like a kid, and then it was cool to see. I mean, Karate Kid and that would have been around the same time.
Yeah, and this led to me trying some karate classes.
Mm-hmm.
No, like I wasn't about
Did you
it.
get to a color?
No.
No.
I went to like one session with my cousin.
And then
Done.
you just fought your cousin in the basement afterward.
Yeah. Let's tell these people right now a little quick summary of what we just watched.
And even then, after we've told you, I still don't think you're going to understand what this movie is about.
This hour and 47-minute gem.
Dull gem. Yeah, so I got a summary. I got the one that they wrote, and I've got what it's really about.
Okay.
Do I have to
Do not do Miyagi.
Karate Master Mr. Miyagi goes to Boston to attend a military reunion. There he visits with Louisa, the widow of his former commander, and meets her granddaughter, Julie. Julie's parents were recently killed in a car accident, and she is still reeling from the loss. When Julie surprises Miyagi with her knowledge of karate, he takes her to a Buddhist monastery for training to help her come to terms with her anxiety. Angst.
Is that the end?
Yep.
The Next Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
The worst Karate Kid. The worst possible
There's our
Karate
title.
Kid ever.
There's our title.
Yeah. Oh, for our thumbnail?
Yeah.
Now, here's what it's really about. Julie's lame-ass grandma ditches her for a house swap scenario with an old army buddy of her late husband. She realizes California is way more kick-ass than Boston and never comes back.
That's more accurate.
Yeah. That's exactly what fucking happens. That's the through line of her grandmother. We don't even get to see, like, where she comes back and sees all this growth, which I thought the movie was about from the get-go.
Yeah.
She doesn't come back. She
No.
doesn't ever come back.
And Miyagi's fine with Boston.
Yeah.
Obviously, Miyagi is a staple in these.
Mm-hmm.
Swank is,
Not.
a break. Not. Yes. And then, is there any more recognizable? We got, I know David Goggins.
Well, so I
Wait,
guess recognize.
Walter.
David Goggins.
I'm sorry, Walter.
Walton Goggins. He is credited in this movie as Walt, so he was going through a little bit of a crisis there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have Mr. Miyagi, who is in every single Karate Kid movie.
And what's his act? What's his real
that
name?
is Noriyuki Pat Morita.
Okay.
Yeah. It was insane to watch old videos of that guy talking like an American.
And, you know, he had a tough time convincing me. He says, oh, come on, Pat, just be yourself. I said, Red, I ain't been Japanese since December 1941.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's American.
Yeah,
He served in the military.
He did a great job.
I'm going to take that again. I didn't like how I said that.
Okay.
It was crazy watching videos of him not talking in the stereotypical Japanese accent.
His Miyagi voice.
Miyagi voice.
I don't know how, I don't know where it came from. Miyagi voice, Miyagi presence, Miyagi spirit emerged.
Who played the Colonel?
That is
'Cause that's-
Michael Ironside. He is Richter in Total Recall from 1990.
Classic.
He is Rayshak, I think is the character's name, in Starship Troopers. So he's
Oh,
like a
yeah.
military guy in that.
Okay, that's where I recognize him from. The craziest character in this show.
Unbelievable and illegal at all times on screen.
And wrong.
And wrong.
So weird.
Yeah. This was really interesting. I think I mentioned to you earlier that there was a guy credited with voicing the fucking hawk.
Why?
I know. I don't know. And he is listed as the 4th highest grossing actor of all time since beginning his career in like 1969. And his name is Frank Welker. He is the original voice of Fred Jones of Scooby-Doo. Much of his work includes animal and monster vocalizations, with his films earning a total worldwide box office gross of $17.4 billion. So I'm assuming that that's the success of the things that he's been in making.
Yes,
money.
not the money.
No, so
him
he's
being paid.
He is desperate.
I was like, he'll do anything.
Yeah, I butchered that. I'll say it.
You see him in the alley. He's like, you want to hear some bird noises?
I'm really good at bird noises.
Maybe monster.
Yeah, which I don't know. That bird's definitely not the star of this, but he comes close.
That's so weird because, like, why not just get a animal sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
so like box office wise,
Yeah.
this I think had a budget of 12 million.
Uh-huh.
And how much did it make?
15.8.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Right.
no.
Rotten Tomatoes gave this film a 7%. Metacritic gives it an average rating of like 36 out of 100 based
Okay.
on 15 critics that like cared to write whatever they wrote.
Sure. So box office.
Comparison of the other films.
Yeah, because first one was a huge hit.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Blew my mind. Had no idea how big this movie was.
Go on.
$8 million was the budget. Made $130.8 million.
130
$130.8 million.
off of 8 mil.
Off of 8 mil.
And then how much for the second one?
$12.5 million
For the budget.
For the budget, $130 million.
They're
For-
kicking ass.
Kicking ass. This is where it gets
Then-
human. Yeah, they're human. Karate Kid 3, $12.5 million budget, made $38.9 million.
Significantly less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. So, and then this one, they maybe thought they could bounce back.
This is the one that blows my mind that I was like, holy shit. 2010 comes around and
Okay.
they do Jaden Smith and
Jackie Chan.
Chan. That movie had a $40 million budget.
Okay.
And then $359.1 million is what it made.
Jeez.
Why? That feels like a lie. I remember when that movie came out. Nobody was talking about
I
it.
think it's that time period when they weren't doing as many reboots, I think. And the first one, Karate Kid, had such a cult following. I feel like they got people in for strictly that reason.
And if that stands to reason, then why did Like Mike 2 do so bad?
Because it didn't come out in theaters. If it did, it would have killed.
It would have killed several people. Yeah.
Just driving home angry.
Man. And then just to recap, this movie, $12 million budget, $15.8 million.
And you said they didn't even get a DVD release?
No, yeah, I found that out. It was like when they released all of the films. So, I mean, this came out in 94, so I'm sure there's a VHS around there.
Sure.
But when they you know how you go to like a Walmart and they just like put movies together like in their
the box set.
trilogy? Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes they throw in like a random one. You're like, why is this included in this? But it's because we have extra space on that disc. This one, it was like the only reason you would ever see this movie is because it's on the other side of Karate Kid 3. if you like buy the box set.
On the other side, did DVDs used to flip around?
Oh, A and B side.
I
yeah.
totally forgot that.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
they just threw it on the end of another disc.
Yeah, like I own Fugitive. Flip it over, it's U.S. Marshals.
And it's oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, pretty good films.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's talk about this movie. Let's really get into this.
I have some good plot notes.
I do too, and I think, first off, there was no reason to like try to tie in the military with this piece of trash.
I mean, Miyagi's always been in the military.
Okay,
Right?
sure. But I kind of meant, I guess, like, I think that with that scene, it set off like a tone that I was expecting the school to be of that variety in order to need a security force as vicious and stupid as the one that we got.
So
We'll get there.
the first line of this movie
Yeah.
is about internment camps.
Oh, yeah. I wrote that too. Kind of just meh, but just a ton of propaganda and an on-screen apology for Japanese internment camps.
Yeah. Fast forward to connection at funeral.
We're
blah,
in
blah, blah.
Boston suddenly.
And Swank is angry. Classic dead parents.
Classic dead
Yeah.
parents.
My name is Julie. My mother's name was Susan. She was killed in a car accident with my father, and they're both dead. So stop trying to bring them back.
The first time she visits her hawk.
Yeah.
Is it a falcon?
I know it's not a Seahawk because that's a fake animal.
That's true.
Yeah, but the Seahawks, Seattle was like, they're a Seahawk. It's like,
So-
those don't exist.
Nobody knows about this bird on the roof.
Yeah, except for the janitor.
No, he used to keep pigeons up there.
You're right. He knows about birds, not this bird.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the bird's name. This plot line was
Angel.
so stupid. Angel.
Dude,
Okay.
the only name for a hawk.
Sick. So
She breaks into the school, feeds the hawk, takes
gets
care
accosted by the two worst Bostonian police officers we have ever seen in a film.
of it. Horrible.
Out of breath.
They chase her all the way to the roof.
Yep.
Don't see the hawk.
They get gassed and she escapes.
Not a good look for Boston PD.
Yeah. No. Like, look at this. I'm not going into the academy anytime soon.
Swank is in shape though.
She is.
She
Yeah.
was, and like I actually enjoyed some of her karate in it, but
Mhm.
her bangs and her face.
That was the deal breaker for you? And her face.
No,
Thank you.
it was a certain face, the Swank face we call it.
Yeah.
Just like she smelled something bad.
Yeah.
The swanky face.
Yeah. Yeah. This escape thing that she does inside the school. She throws a flashlight as part of her escape plan twice.
Now
It
this
happens in two separate breaking and enterings.
She threw the flashlight the first time?
Yeah, well, so once it's at cops, which assault. Second time, it's at the Alpha.
Alpha Force Elite.
Yeah, whatever the hell they're called. And that's where we get into, I wrote, who's this abusive Nazi bitch boy, homie? He wrote his own IMDb profile, this is real, and double spaced it. That is actor Michael Cavalieri.
So the leader of this gang,
They're a gang.
yeah, this is the best school for security.
Fraternities?
Fraternity.
I looked this up
Yeah.
on Karate Kid Wiki. And
Read that.
A teenage security guard in training and a pledge for a shady school security fraternity, the Alpha Elite. That's what was written. Direct quote I pulled.
So weird.
So weird.
They all look 40.
Unnecessary. And it's even crazier because when they're on the school lawn, he's like teaching them like fighting moves. He has a quote that's like, some kid drops a candy wrapper, you make him pick it up and eat it. What? This is bullying.
And his training
Training.
is come beat me up. See if you can beat me up. And just starts wailing on these kids.
Yeah, and they're not even like on the football field. They're not in the soccer pitch. They are just on the front lawn where the flag is.
And
in front of the
everybody wants to
school.
be in this group.
Allegedly, said Eric. I don't believe that.
A lot of denim, too.
A lot of denim.
They have uniforms.
They all look like homie from Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, okay.
They're just missing the necklace and a whiskey in their hand.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So-
He was about to rape her, right?
There was so much sexual assault in this.
And tension. And this is a PG film. I don't think I'd ever show this to my children.
No, and there's nothing to prep us for it. Like,
Uh-uh.
she cuts class, and he comes in as a security hall monitor and just grabs her right away.
Oh yeah, and then the second B&E,
Yeah.
he grabs her right in the crotch.
He even says, I like it a little different. Like, he's like, I'm going to
does?
take you to the docks. We're going to have a good time. I even like it a little different. So strange.
Real pretty in the moonlight. This is nuts. Sometimes I like it different. Where you going, Julie?
So she was about to go tell these cops that these 5 guys are trying to R-word me.
But then
the guy that runs those R-worders. He's with the cops.
Not retards.
No. No.
Yes.
Is he a cop? I don't think he's a cop.
Or is he just buddy
Yeah.
with them?
I think he wishes he was a cop. That is the vibe that this guy gives. You don't want to make enemies with this guy because he's not going to get into the police academy, and then he's going to be upset with you and everyone else that was mean to him for the rest of his life. And hey, he might take things to another level.
He
Moving
did.
on.
He
Yeah,
did.
He started a karate security force.
No karate was taught.
No karate was taught.
They do have a logo that's very like
It is the yin yang sign, and then it just says Alpha Force.
Alpha Force.
Yeah, it's going to be our sticker on the thumbnail.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Swank is holding in a lot of anger. She's not going to school at all.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what her plan was, like to fail completely.
Yeah, but and also like just to be clear, like she's not like doing anything that's like bad. She's petting a bird on top of the school.
Yeah.
She's not like lost her way.
Yeah, or smoking.
Yeah. Yeah. She got blamed for smoking
Yeah.
and she didn't.
Yeah.
Like her grandma just doesn't spend any time with her is what it feels like.
Fight!
Right before she hightails it over that car, she goes, "Just speak English."
Oh, to me.
To Mr. Miyagi. Yeah, it's wild. And you're just like, Hillary, chill.
You're on a first name basis with her.
Girl, this is an Office episode. Do you know about this?
No.
So we've never talked about this. So what happens is everyone at work, instead of doing their fucking job, has a debate. And the debate is Hillary Swank sexy or cute?
She looks like a monster.
Guys, she is a beautiful movie star, so maybe we should just go to work.
She is an amazing actress.
That's not the question.
Which is a huge insult to the person and actor named Hillary Swank.
I mean, they're both nice things.
They are both nice things. What would you like to be? Cute or sexy?
I mean, most women would say sexy.
She is an adult woman.
You could be a cute woman.
Yeah.
Right?
When you're 83 years old and you're crocheting in the living room.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well, for me,
Yeah.
dude, what a waste. I mean,
This was her, like, starting role.
I mean, not a waste, her waist.
You got me, man. That was great.
Because she wore these shirts, belly shirts all the time.
Yeah.
And you can clearly tell she was, I don't know, in gymnastics or track or something, because her kicks were fire. I mean, she was flexible.
Were they? I just hate it in the 80s and 90s when people are like, tall white socks, equally tall tennis shoes. Cool.
They're coming back.
Hip.
They're back now.
I'm going to burn them all. No more Keds. There's so much evidence that this isn't Boston.
They filmed some stuff in Boston.
Some. I would
Okay.
say a small percentage.
Okay.
I don't know this for a fact. I
Okay.
will look it up right now.
There you go.
Oh, wow. It does say that.
So we'll cut this. Her love interest, Eric, I call him Train Boy in my notes.
I can't wait.
Train Boy. He's
Train
the
boy.
security guard at a train yard.
Yeah.
His grandpa used to work there, and
Mm-hmm.
and those are my favorite shots in the whole thing.
Oh, where
Cinematically,
You see the Boston's.
Yeah.
Oh, it's allegedly Boston.
They're-
The skyline.
it's Boston.
Yeah.
They're going up with a crane
Mhm.
and also tilting down. Great scene.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then there's a scene when he's walking on top of the train
Yeah.
in place while he's talking to her.
Yeah. That I feel like he just did because he has ADHD or something.
He was showing off.
Yeah.
he was showing off. It all comes down to this. I got to go away for 2 weeks to a special place Miyagi hasn't told me about.
Yeah.
Ends up being a monastery. On the way, though, what happens?
Oh, yeah. Gas station fight.
The gas station.
I love this.
Miyagi is how old?
Let's say
At
late
this moment.
70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not moving well. This is one of the moments we had to pause the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He beats up these rednecks.
Handedly. Yeah.
And one of his own guys kicks his friend in the leg trying to hit Miyagi.
And there's no way to justify it. The only thing to do is show you this shot right now so that you can see for yourself.
Yeah, and he's trying to do defensive karate where they're beating each other up and he's not
A part of that.
throwing fists or anything. Yeah. And
Right. He's like using their energy against
it's
them.
bad.
It's horrible.
It's bad.
To the point where you were like, I think the guy just missed. Maybe Mr. Miyagi was supposed to get hit. Kicks his homie in the back, dude.
Why?
Somebody always get hurt.
Right. I totally agree.
She's on board with the karate thing and channeling her anger,
Mhm.
but still doesn't get normal things that she should get. Killing a cockroach on the kitchen table in front of a bunch of monks.
Yeah.
They all hate her.
Yeah. They essentially shun her in that moment.
And the first morning she wakes up, someone's ringing a gong.
Yeah.
What does she do?
She sprints rather,
Screaming,
across the lawn of monks.
saying, Mr. Miyagi, Mr. Miyagi. Runs up there and goes, there's a loud bell ringing and I can't sleep anymore.
Yeah.
She got dressed, did her hair, ran across, still had that urgency.
Not
It's
to
things like-
mention, we have seen at least 3 clips of her ruining his sleep by playing the loudest music from her stereo inside
she's just
the
like
house.
the most oblivious character.
Cut to like beautiful flowers somewhere else in the country, and Boston.
I gotta move to Boston.
Boston. And someone's gonna roast me for that. She brings back a mantis. They take that mantis away from his whole habitat, put him on a tree. He's clearly pissed. He's not telling anybody about it.
I mean, he was just about to eat his kids.
Yeah. So then they forgive her in that moment. One of them does. It is like her birthday coming up, and they mentioned that part in the plot like barely. And then yeah, they're like, we will give you a gift and a wish.
Thank God she wished for something plausible. Yeah, she said, "Come visit me in Boston."
Yeah, that's like a panic wish.
Well, they're like, thank God she didn't say like, I want to be, a millionaire. I want a Maserati, and then the gift.
Oh yeah, the gift was shooting an arrow at Mr. Miyagi, in which he catches it and then gives it to her, and she just goes, "Thanks for the arrow." Like,
Weird.
What?
So her training is complete. She's now a karate master.
Dude, the 90s would have been a different place if that arrow did not hit its mark in that shot and just killed Mr. Miyagi.
They probably did that for real. The bowling scene.
Thank you so much. Go back.
They visit them in Boston.
Yeah.
And Miyagi takes them bowling.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing something called Zen bowling.
Yeah.
Which is
Not looking.
superhuman
Mm-hmm.
to the point when this guy makes it come out of the gutter.
Yeah.
So what are the implications for that?
He's an airbender.
Yeah. And then some prick next to him comes up and goes, "Hey, don't touch this ball. This is worth a lot of money." Didn't even have a good bowling throw.
They get absolutely demolished. So I think where we're at, there's only 2 like actual things plot related that we have to talk about.
Go.
I think the first one, I'm gonna let you take the reins here.
Prom?
Yeah.
Okay, so she likes this Eric guy. Eric now, train boy,
Mm-hmm.
has now quit the Alpha Squad.
Was he ever? Did he ever make the cut?
He was training with them, and
All right.
and then the colonel's like, "Hey, if you leave to go take that phone call, you're out, and I won't let you get into the Air Force." There's this really sweet moment when Miyagi's buying her a dress and teaching her how to dance.
Yeah.
And prom is going great. Swank looks so wanky.
Yeah, she does look cute.
And
That's the first time that I was like, all right.
okay.
Yeah.
But then out of nowhere, Alpha Squad Elite
Yeah.
is at the top of the rafters with 3 bungee cords, 3 guys.
No warning.
They jump off of a 60-foot roof banister.
Picture 3 Pierce Brosnans jumping off the dam in GoldenEye,
And-
all next to each other.
And just bounce down, and that's it.
Except for one of them.
Oh, yeah, one guy destroys a terrace.
Just decimates.
It's like he didn't see it right below him.
No.
The main guy was like, "You better jump no matter what."
Yeah.
But like I was telling you, the math doesn't work there
Uh-uh.
because when they're done bouncing, they're like hanging near the floor.
Yeah, and they're bungee cords. So, like, there's got to be some room for that thing to snap and then you bounce back up.
Yeah.
They are just on the floor, already unbuckling
They're
even.
in their Alpha Squad uniforms.
Yeah.
And like Eric comes up and helps the guy that broke his arm.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "What are you doing?"
Dude busts his arm.
He goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, our teacher said we could do it."
Yeah.
Which he's Dougal. I think
He's
that's
up
his
on
name.
the fucking second level
Waiting for it to
doing
happen.
reconnaissance for them?
Maybe he was working one of the spotlights.
I guess.
So anyway, we go, what was their plan if that guy didn't break his arm?
Best case scenario.
What happens?
They
Everyone cheers?
high-five
Yeah, everyone
afterward?
cheers and goes, "You guys are the best."
Yeah, you think they have like drinks afterwards? Like, oh man, did you see that?
The school
jump?
narcs, that's what they are,
They are narcs.
are doing a stunt for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So we could not understand why this was in there.
Why that shot was picked. But like the last 15 minutes of this movie, like it's like,
escalates so quickly.
oh yeah, this movie's plot just like it just fucking like
Jumps
goes
up.
off and climbs Everest.
Yeah. So like right after this prom stunt,
Uh-huh.
the leader of this pack is like, "He just insulted me and challenged me."
And
the
he is crushed on Julie hard since the beginning when
said
he
it-
tried to
"She's
R-word
mine."
her. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So like it's clear that like he's gonna have his last word. and so he gets in an a very conspicuous Jeep and follows Eric in his equally conspicuous hot rod.
Because the colonel said, absolutely, do that.
Yeah, he was told by the colonel.
Proceed.
Yeah.
With a bat and breaks all of his windows.
Yes.
Thieves.
Says, meet me at the docks,
Yeah.
and we're going to finish this.
We go to the docks, and we do finish this.
And yes, and Eric, I don't know why he thought it would be a one-on-one fight.
yeah.
They gang up on him.
Well, now, he hasn't witnessed them ganging up on Julie.
Okay.
So maybe
But
he's
he knows
not,
these guys are pieces of shit.
He worked with them.
Yeah.
I
worked
think.
with him. Do they get paid? Does the Alpha Force get paid?
Seems like their budget is getting pocketed by homies.
Colonel?
Yeah.
What do you think Colonel teaches? He has to teach something else, right?
It said gym teacher.
Oh, that makes sense.
I laughed so hard.
That tracks.
I was like, there's no way that's his job.
Yeah. I want to know what's going on in his personal life
Yeah.
that makes him this angry.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
So we get to the docks, and right away he's like, hey, we're going to jump you. There's 5 of us here. Colonel is there.
I'm willing to bet he brought the kerosene they used.
And they're dumping gas on Eric's car.
All over this kick-ass car that I mentioned previously.
It blows up.
Yeah.
And my favorite line you said, so that's an explosion. Boston PD should be here soon.
Yeah.
Because you were like, where are the cops? And I go, Colonel's got him in his pocket.
Yeah.
And you go, no, there was an explosion.
Can you imagine, like, he shows up to the Boston PD and he's like, hey, guys, I'm going to need you to, like, back off tonight.
Around
I kind of
9:30.
got this thing at a high school prom. Yeah. What do you mean? You got this thing at high school? It's a long story.
If you hear an explosion,
yeah,
just ignore it. Miyagi and Swank come to the rescue. And Miyagi goes, I'll call the police. And he goes, don't bother. I'll just tell him that Eric was in a car accident.
Yeah, he was clearly in a car accident. He said.
There's a line of gasoline to his
that
car.
leads to this arena that is barriered by 4 oil drums, garbage cans,
dumpster fires. And there's no damage on the car except the explosion.
Yeah.
Parked perfectly in the middle, no other cars. Delusional
thinking array of circumstances here.
The kids are done beating his ass.
Yeah.
And they're all happy, and he goes, finish him.
Yeah.
And
Mortal Kombat.
And Goggins, one of his 3 lines, he's like,
Yeah.
sir, he's down.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want to
Goggins starts to try to talk sense into this guy.
He says, what do you think I've been training you for?
This is not training. If the Air Force signs off on any training that is sanctioned by this guy, they're going to have a lawsuit on their hands immediately.
Here's why I think this one struggled the most.
Okay.
There's no contest or something for her to work towards.
Yeah.
She doesn't know she's going to fight the Alpha Force later.
Right.
Every other Karate Kid movie, there's a contest, there's a villain.
Yeah.
There's set point.
There's no reason that she's doing this training except to, like,
control her anger.
Yeah.
This is the first time she fights someone. And
Yeah.
Miyagi's like, yes, fight this 210 6-foot man. And she ends up winning, obviously.
Yeah. She does the floor slip.
Sweeps the leg.
Yeah, whatever.
And she uses the move that she learned at the monastery. And it's just
that one time.
Yeah. After Swank beats up the leader.
Yeah.
He's like, someone else fight her.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
he's panicking and spinning. And then Miyagi's like, enough, I fight you.
Yeah.
And Miyagi just wipes the floor with him.
Yeah.
Because of also how old he is.
Oh, yeah.
They did show a couple of kicks. And you were like, ooh, take that again.
Yeah.
They should have cut away quicker.
Yeah.
Because it is like, you see the guy's head like move quicker than his foot was moving.
Yeah.
But how does it end?
That's it. The credits roll, Patrick.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, wait a second, where's Grandma? Grandma never came back.
Grandma's dead.
In California. She's in a hot car.
All Miyagi's plants are dead.
Oh, my God.
Wait, what?
I'm so right. And the only thing that happens after the dock is the Falcon flies, and that's it. Not even with them in the shot.
Is there a voiceover? Is there like some kind of ending?
Yeah, Frank Welker. Fred Jones.
That guy is the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Yeah. Yep. What? And we saw I Will Show the Shot downloaded from www.allsubs.org.
The subtitle people?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
It's While Hillary Smiles that appears on the screen.
Yeah, it's the very last line, and then it's just like www.allsubs.com. So you have some reviews?
Yeah, they're so funny.
Let's hear a couple.
Okay, cool. So this is from John Hartle, Seattle Times. The next Karate Kid is harmless as children's entertainment, but for 104 very long minutes, there isn't a recognizable human being in sight. Love that, sir.
Oh my God.
Brutal and so truthful. So sick.
Oh.
I got another one for you. This is someone that loved this movie.
Okay.
All right.
The one person.
Yeah. I grew up watching these movies and idolized Daniel San. From 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
This movie is a dedication to the previous movies. This installment in the series makes us see why they have endured. Not better than the earlier releases, but almost the best. So many twists and turns. The fight scenes are intense and not for the faint of heart. Had me on the edge of my seat to the end. Every time I wax my car or paint my house, I am filled with emotion. R.I.P. Mr. Miyagi, 5 stars.
Yeah. Don't agree.
Oh, you don't think Mr. Miyagi will be missed?
No, that's not what I said. Booty, what is your Mr. Miyagi booty score?
This was so boring.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody needs to waste their time with this film ever again. 2.2? 2.2. Because the only redeeming things are like, I guess I like Mr. Miyagi that much.
He gets a point.
To
Okay.
outweigh. I love the bungee jumping and stuff.
Those guys were insane.
Yeah.
And that's why my Mr. Miyagi Pat score is a 4.2.
Okay. Is it the Walton Goggins factor?
No, it wasn't because the Gog Dog. I will say,
The Gog Dog?
when you brought up this movie,
Yeah.
I was like, no, that doesn't exist.
I was hoping we would not watch this. And then you latched onto it like a deranged dog.
Once I saw the cover, I was like, oh my God, I have seen this and it is bad and I must watch it again. and because, the new one's coming out, so we want to be relevant.
We do.
But yeah, 4.2, just because I did have fun.
I have said this after watching something like this. We could have been watching Titan AE. We could have been
pushing hard
watching
for that.
Atlantis.
We'll get to the good ones eventually.
Yeah, you're right.
And speaking of good movies,
Yeah.
down in the comments, tell us which Karate Kids is the favorite. Are you a fan of any of them? Have you seen this? Are you a Hillary Swank fan?
Tell us like anything that you have that's like a nostalgic connection to a karate movie, and why is it Sidekicks with Chuck Norris?
Oh my God.
We, after watching this movie, were recommended some films that we're clearly gonna love.
The trailer started and we were like, what is going on? The craziest trailer I've ever seen.
Awesome.
Well, that does it for the PatCave this week. Make sure to like, subscribe, share with your fellow nerds, and, just get out there and kick some booty.
And don't you be a stranger. We'll come get you.
Yeah.
You come hang out with us.
That was a school for bullies, right?
I think. I'm almost positive. I don't know what good.
We never saw one classroom.
Yeah.
Never saw one classroom.
No. I don't think they attended a class the entire movie.
Make it a military school.
Maybe, or police academy.
And
with
she's been
Steve Gutenberg.
She's a bad girl, so she had to go to this military academy. Do something else.
I know.
Do